Good morning, Paul. Thank you for meeting me here.
Hello Zoltan. Can I just say, at the outset, that I was a little confused by all this secretive hush-hush business? What's happening?
Paul, you know I have the highest respect for you. In my opinion, you are Western Australia's preeminent columnist.
Too fucking right. And you're its second most eminent. Some days I feel sorry for you, that you happen to work at the West at the same time as me, so that your own brilliance is put into shadow by mine. Sometimes you must feel like Salieri, to my Mozart, believing that you were only put on this world, to bear witness to my genius.
Paul, that didn't end well for Mozart.
Do you always have to be such a fucking pedant? Why don't you get to the point?
Well, I fear that our position as the big swinging dicks of this newspaper may be under threat, and we may need to act.
Without doubt we're the biggest dicks around, and nobody swings with more authority than us. So what's the deal?
Well, this new editor thinks he needs to freshen things up, and he's bringing in a woman.
So what? We never had a problem with women columnists before. Big Pam handles the quilting conventions and cat shows, and any health stories related to women's downstairs trouble. And Michelle used to do all those stories about how kids say the funniest things.
Yes, but this woman has got a Walkley.
Walkley my ass. The Walkley is a consolation prize for second-raters, doing bleeding heart stories about starving third-world kiddies. When you have been around, as long as us, when you have been the editor, and been sacked as editor, when you have been on the radio, and sacked from the radio, you'll be on such shitey trinkets and crappy knickknacks to put on the mantelpiece. Old school hacks, like you and me, get our reward from tackling the big issues. What did you do your column on this week?
Whether it is acceptable to start a sentence with a conjunction.
Brilliant stuff. Real fucking journalism. These youngsters don't realize that we are above the restrictions of mere language. We made the rules, and then we broke them, then we made them again in our own image. We soar above the language like an eagle soars above the clouds. And if I want to start a sentence with a conjunction, I will. There, I just did. These kids, they get hung up on syntax and facts. Facts are not important to the story, anyone can get the facts off the internet.
If there was a Pulitzer Prize for cutting and pasting, you would have a shelf full by now.
Exactly. What matters is rhythm and style, wit and dynamism, and a thorough understanding of the history of comedy up to 1973. That stuff can't be taught, it can only be acquired by banging out the same crap week after week, for several decades. So don't get your knickers in a twist. I have nothing to fear from this woman. My position as the big swinging dick of the West is secure, because I have something she will never have.
What's that?
Timing.